Move over superheroes. These animals have powers so extraordinary, they make comic books look boring. Some punch with the speed of bullets, creating underwater explosions hotter than the surface of the sun. Others produce boiling chemicals from their bodies and shoot them like a cannon. And at least one can shoot blood from its eyes to blind predators. These aren't fictional powers from Hollywood, they're real. Biological adaptations perfected over millions of years. Today, we're counting down 7 animals with secret superpowers that would make any comic book hero jealous. We think of superpowers as fiction. We watch movies about superheroes and imagine what it would be like to have extraordinary abilities. But evolution has been experimenting with extraordinary abilities for millions of years, long before humans ever imagined them. From underwater sonic weapons to biological flamethrowers and living camouflage, these animals have powers that would make any comic book creator proud. They don't need laboratories, radioactive spiders, or alien technology. They have evolution. And evolution has been perfecting their abilities for millions of years. Here are 7 animals with secret superpowers that prove fact is stranger than fiction. The mantis shrimp, the bullet punch. Number 7 has the fastest punch in the animal kingdom, and it's so powerful that it creates underwater explosions. The mantis shrimp. This small, colorful crustacean has club-like appendages that accelerate with the speed of a .22 caliber bullet, reaching 50 miles per hour in just milliseconds. But the speed isn't the superpower, it's what happens when the punch lands. When the mantis shrimp strikes, it creates a cavitation, bubble, in the water. When this bubble collapses, it produces a shock wave that reaches 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hotter than the surface of the sun. The collapse also produces a flash of light called sonoluminescence. The shock wave alone can stun or kill prey, even if the punch actually misses. The mantis shrimp doesn't just punch, it creates underwater explosions with every strike. Its prey doesn't just get hit, it gets hit by a shock wave, a burst of heat, and a flash of light simultaneously. The mantis shrimp has been using this superpower for millions of years, long before humans invented explosives. It's not just a punch, it's a biological weapon of mass destruction in miniature. The hagfish, the slime shield. Number 6 produces instant slime, and it's one of nature's most effective defenses, the hagfish. When threatened, the hagfish releases a substance that expands into massive amounts of slime in milliseconds. One hagfish can produce enough slime to fill a 5-gallon bucket in seconds. The slime suffocates predators, clogging their gills and mouths. Predators literally choke on the slime or flee in panic. The slime is 99% water and 1% protein, yet it's one of the strongest biological materials known to science. It's so strong that researchers have studied it for applications in biomedical engineering. But here's what's truly remarkable. The hagfish can produce this slime repeatedly. It can regenerate its slime glands and produce more slime whenever threatened. It's a biological defense system that never runs out of ammunition. The hagfish doesn't run, it just makes the water unbreathable. It's the ultimate non-violent superpower. The electric eel, the bioelectric weapon. Number 5 is a living battery, the electric eel. It generates up to 600 volts of electricity, enough to stun a horse. But the superpower isn't just the shock, it's how the eel uses it. The electric eel emits low-voltage pulses to sense its environment, effectively seeing with electricity. It creates an electric field around itself and reads the distortions to detect prey. Then, when it finds its target, it unleashes high-voltage bursts that force the prey's muscles to contract, involuntarily paralyzing it from a distance. The eel even curls its body around prey to double the shock's power, creating an electrical field that overwhelms the prey's nervous system. But the most remarkable ability is the eel's control. It can adjust the voltage and frequency of its shocks for different situations: low voltage for sensing, high voltage for stunning. It's a sophisticated electrical system that scientists are still trying to understand. The eel doesn't just shock, it manipulates electricity with precision that rivals human technology. The horned lizard, the blood shooter. Entering our top 4, the horned lizard, which shoots blood from its eyes. When threatened, the lizard increases blood pressure in its head until tiny vessels near its eyes rupture, shooting blood up to 5 feet directly at the predator's face. The blood contains a chemical that predators find foul tasting, causing them to release the lizard and flee. But it's not just the chemical, it's the shock of being hit with blood that confuses and startles predators. The lizard can shoot multiple times from both eyes, and it aims with impressive accuracy. It's a biological projectile weapon that evolved specifically to target the predator's sensitive mouth and eyes. The horned lizard doesn't fight back in the traditional sense. It blinds and disgusts its attackers. The bombardier beetle, the chemical cannon. Number 3 carries a chemical weapon that would make any supervillain jealous, the bombardier beetle. When threatened, it mixes 2 chemicals, hydrogen peroxide and hydroquinone, in a reaction chamber in its abdomen. The resulting explosion reaches 212 degrees Fahrenheit and is ejected at high pressure directly at the attacker. Beetle aims with precision, rotating its abdomen like a turret. It can fire up to 70 pulses per second, and the sound is loud enough to be heard by humans. The spray is not just hot, it's toxic and irritating. The beetle essentially carries a boiling, toxic cannon on its back. It's a biological weapon that's been studied by scientists and engineers for decades, inspiring new technologies in propulsion and chemical delivery. The pistol shrimp, the sonic weapon. Number 2 creates sound so loud it stuns prey. The pistol shrimp. This small crustacean has one oversized claw that closes so fast it creates a cavitation bubble. When the bubble collapses, it produces a shockwave reaching 218 decibels louder than a gunshot. The bubble also produces temperatures of 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit and emits a flash of light called sonoluminescence. The shockwave is so powerful that it can stun or kill small fish instantly. The pistol shrimp doesn't need to hit its prey directly. The shockwave alone does the job, and it can fire multiple times in rapid succession. It's a sonic weapon that rivals any human technology, and it's been doing this for millions of years. The cuttlefish, the camouflage master. Our number 1 has visual abilities that would make any spy envious. The cuttlefish. It changes color, pattern, and texture in milliseconds. It can mimic any environment within its range: sand, rocks, seaweed, even other animals. Its skin contains up to 10 million color-changing cells called chromatophores, each controlled by muscles. It can also change the texture of its skin, creating bumps and ridges to match its surroundings. It can communicate by flashing patterns, creating visual displays that scientists are only beginning to decode. It's not just camouflage, it's living video projection. These 7 animals prove that nature's superpowers are more extraordinary than anything in comic books. They don't need capes or laboratories, they have evolution. Which superpower would you want? Comment below. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe for more nature's extremes.